legally, I'm going to plead the fifth because it could incriminate me, so I'm just going to shut up. It's newer construction, it's PVC. And then there's a stack in this wall. Run water in that sink, would you please? Yeah, cold water only though. If not, you're gonna fog me up.
There's gonna be a moment where you ain't
So
gonna
there
have to
it
tell
is.
me that no more.
So they're wet venting the stool off of the lab.
So what do you mean? They just tied it in?
No, so the vent for the stool is also the lavatory sink drain. It's what we call a wet vent. You're allowed the wet vent as long as it's on the same floor. So meaning you can't wet vent a bathroom above us and wet vent this bathroom because you got another bathroom above us. So you're not allowed to do that. That's no bueno. Let's zero this camera. Let's see what happens.
It's the zero button.
It's right in the center, right here. That button.
Copy.
And that's your lucky magic one, buddy. They definitely didn't hold back on the blue glue.
So anything that's cut in is typically probably on a Y.
It has to be on a Y.
Has to be on a Y. Okay.
By code, it has to be
Okay.
on a Y. Yes, sir.
So-
So then there's a Y here.
Okay.
And I don't like doing this as a turn with the Y. The reason
that's
being,
on
the reason being is when they flush, that waste can go both directions instead of going one even flow.
Copy.
So I would have done a 45 or a 22 depending on the way the setup is, and then I would have cut a Y in downstream, rolled over to the left to pick this up. You see what I'm saying?
So it would have been up there that way and then cut in.
Correct, because see now, it has
It can go both ways.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look at Chris's notes and see how far he went before he opened it, because we're PVC. See the green glue?
Mhm.
That's transition cement, because the black pipe is ABS. So you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if you were a turd or toilet paper and you were getting flushed, it'll go bang.
And it might
And
hang up on the...
And then there's another Y right here, so you got two back-to-back Ys that close together. See how that dip is?
And that's typically a no-no.
I don't like to do it. I like to spread my Ys like 3 to 4 feet apart from each other, but sometimes you don't have a choice. But, you know, so when you do your layouts, you always want to try to be smart about it. So see, here's a Y, and then watch the camera. Whoop!
That's a
So
dip.
your turds in your toilet paper are going to do the same thing. And then here's another Y. So they're back to
Jesus
back to back.
Christ.
Watch this. Whoop! See?
Huh.
And then there's another Y.
Whoa.
And I bet you that's probably that kitchen. Go turn that kitchen sink on, please. Cold side only. I just want to confirm that's it. Yep, shut it off. That's it. Thank you, sir. And I leave the water running because I want to see the flow line.
Gotcha.
I want to see if it's going to start, you know, bellying with water or anything like that. So now we're turning, and then boom, here's another Y.
Put together like the last one? Or like the first one?
No, because over at the FBI agent's house, he had that Y. The clean out was back here, and then there was another Y, and then they did a double Y on top of that, and that's what I removed over there and made that go away. There's another Y. Why? Because they did. There's There's another Y. But I'd have to look at Chris's notes and see how far he went out before it opened.
Are you recorded?
10-4.
Okay. Well, how far does this camera go? 100? 200?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've already had it out a couple times. And it
No,
really
not this
was-
one. How far does Chris's go?
I think
125?
110.
110? Is there a lot of slimy stuff?
No,
At the
no.
tip of it?
I was actually, because of that wax ring on that last
Dude,
one.
I try to get as much
Yeah,
off as
no,
I could.
No, it's actually pretty good, dude. It'll eventually wear off, so I wouldn't lose too much sleep over it. Looking good so far. No belly. That's why you didn't win in Vegas, son. So just to make you feel better on your losses, you had to go see them aliens. Now we're turning again. Oh, there's another Y. Peekaboo.
I gotta get more comfortable playing on the tables, man.
That's the only place I'd do it.
I just don't. There's so many people there. You gotta
Yeah, but
nudge
it's a
up
lot
in there,
easier.
dude.
It's a lot easier, brother, to win on the tables when you're
Oh,
playing
yeah,
like
for
Texas
sure.
Hold'em.
For sure.
I ain't got time to sit there and push buttons on a sticky slot machine. You ruined all your luck
haven't
when you
played-
got that car.
Oh, my Challenger?
Yeah, dude, that Charger to you, that Challenger to you, brother, was bad juju. Uh-oh. What are we in? 62. We're starting to get into some water.
What is that?
Dude, somebody couldn't cut pipe for nothing. And it's a lot of that old glue is what that is.
Dude, my eye, man. God damn.
So right here, I could see that cleaning up some crapper paper. But I mean, as far as the integrity of the pipes and stuff, it looks pretty good, man. It's got good positive fault, as I say that now. That's a small liner there. That's not really a belly, that's what we call a liner.
You could have just said small belly. Made me feel better, dude.
I'm not here to make you, I'm not your comfort food, Jared. I am not your comfort food.
That gotta be belly.
There's a belly.
Okay.
So let's see. That starts at legitimately 76 feet. Let me take a picture of this, because when I do my notes, I'll never remember. You want to know why? Because I'm a blonde, and I know I'll forget it. At least I'm honest about it. 76 feet. Got to start of the belly. But like I said, I'd have to look back. That's a small one. That's not going to do much. Hey, it's Diddy again.
Oh no!
Hey.
Maybe
Yeah. Jared stopped and got me a couple bottles when I stopped at Quick Trip this morning, so he could lather me up pretty good. Yeah. Hey, on Chris's notes, did it say if it was clogged, hun, when he was out here, and if so, how far out did he go when he opened it?
On the initial visit,
Even starting back in June, does it seem to be the same spot?
it's been kind of weird because I think more of it's like a gurgling and an odor issue, if I remember right. Oh, let's see. Okay, so Metro public space, when the stool's flushed, it backs up to the bathroom sink.
Uh-huh.
Chris said he pulled the toilet and found the main line holding. Cleaned the line but didn't pull anything back.
It didn't say how far out he was when it opened.
No, it doesn't say distance yet. No, it doesn't say distance at all. Just says the line backed up again, recommended camera to see what's going on. And then pretty shortly after that visit, they had, I think it was within 2 weeks, they had an odor. So we went back out there to check that. Metro Public Safety said they have a sewer odor. I couldn't smell anything. I checked the main line by flushing the toilet and by running water in the bathroom sink.
Huh?
Blah, blah, blah. Nothing. No issues. Nothing. Allegations to read. And then on this most recent one,
Give me something good.
the deep drains, the toilet backing up to the deep drains again. Vance ran that one.
And that was 2 weeks later, Sid?
Huh?
That was 2 weeks after Chris was there?
No, that was earlier this week. So
Okay.
it's been 2 months at this point since Chris's last visit.
Okay.
And it was the same thing, stool gurgling to the bathroom sink drain. Vance pulled the toilet and ran it as well, is what I do know. He didn't put a distance or anything on here. But the line wasn't really clogged when he was there. It was just making gurgling sounds. So Steve is wondering if there's not like a belly or something that's really slowing down the usage, or a venting issue is kind of where his head was at.
Okay, 10-4.
Okay.
All right, Sid,
Sorry,
thanks.
I'll better info there.
Yeah, you bet.
Alright.
See you. Bye. Okay, so these techs aren't putting distances down. When they open it, we're at horizontal at 112. And that is a sanitary T on vertical. I'm assuming there's going to be a clean out up top. And that's at 112 feet. Let's take the dive. See if I can. Yep. And then that looks like it's going into a Y on its back. Or it's a 90. Let's see. Negatory. It's a straight 90. And then that's the sewer. SDR. Building connection. You alright, Chief?
There's something in my eye, man.
I got some eye drops in my truck when we get out.
It's like I see a spot.
I'm pretty sure it's eye drops or baby oil. Nah, I'm pretty sure it's eye drops. I bet you people that listen to my camera stuff is like, I forget half the time that it records voices. Because if it could record the voices in my head, that would scare you more.
I'm trying to picture how that T was.
So it's a T on vertical.
Oh, okay.
It's a sanitary
Okay,
T
okay.
on vertical.
So you said
and
top
we were
was a
going
clean out.
horizontal, dropping down. The top side's going to be a clean out.
Copy.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Perfect sense.
Yes, sir. Oh, God, man. Let's see if we can get all the way out.
And running from that clean out
And
there
nobody
would make
said
no
anything
sense.
about adding cable or anything stupid like that, so. Even the sewer looks pretty damn decent. Looks pretty good.
Right. Wondering why it clogged up.
Ow. spot that I can see was where all that glue rolled into that socket at that
Getting
one
caught up.
junction. The battery's charged. That's really that, and the amount of Ys that they have plumbed in back to back to back to back is really all I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
About 6 of them, right? Something like that.
I think I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was 5. And then the 6th one is when we made a turn, but that was a little bit further downstream.
So you think stuff was getting caught on that, where they...
I'm thinking, but like I said, this is why I want you guys to document. I want to know how many feet approximately you were out when that line opened, because when I come out to TV stuff behind you guys and I have no footage measurements, then I have no way to specifically check a section, you know. So if they're calling in and the line keeps opening, say between 30 and 40 feet, then when I zero my camera when I'm laying in the line, I'm going to start looking hard at certain things. I mean, I look hard no matter what, but it'll give me, as a camera guy, better perspective on the distance and to see what's going on.
So just use your best guess and
correct?
judgment.
I'm not expecting you guys to be spot on.
Gotcha.
Because there's no way, even I can't be spot on. I'm usually within like 5 feet.
So like 10 feet before my 50K, before my
Yeah.
50 line, or
Yeah,
after my 50
whatever,
line.
You know, you kind of know where you're sitting at. I'm not expecting miracles. I just, if you guys can give me the best distance that you can give me, you got to give me something to work with, because you're making my job harder.
Right.
The more information you guys give me, the better off I am. But if you're short stroking your tickets, then, you know, I come in blind, then I'm sitting here bugging you guys like I'm about to with Chris. Maybe. You might be in a basement.
Going right to voicemail.
Nope, there it goes. Hey, over here at Midwest ADP at Metro Security, you guys need to start documenting how far out you guys are going before the line opens, because I'm out here TVing it, and I had Sydney pull your notes, and it don't tell me squat. So when you pulled this toilet and it was holding water, how far out did you go when it opened? This is why you guys need to start being more, you know, more attention to detail on your tickets, because now I'm out here TVing and I'm not seeing squat. Because then Vance came out here like 3 weeks after you were here, or 2 months, I think, after you were here, and then he ran it again. You there? Vance had to come out like 2 months later and then run it again. And he didn't put any notes on how far out he was. It's like you guys are just knocking tickets out, dude, and it's annoying. It's starting to really irritate me now. So that was the second time you were here. I'm talking about the first time you were here when it was legitimately backed up and holding. And you didn't, and I know for a fact you didn't pull anything back. Because this is all ABS, PVC, and SDR. I'm 171 feet out now. So that's why I'm saying I called Sydney to pull your notes to see how far you went, and there's nothing. It just says you opened it and didn't pull anything back. So you're thinking it was around 50? Yeah, because you got multiple spaces on the lower level. 10-4 is where you recall. So yeah, do me a favor. I don't care if you're doing sink lines or whatever. Give me distances of how far you guys think you're out. Because when I'm going back in TV and behind you guys, you're giving me nothing to work with. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta call and bug you guys, and then try to get you guys to remember. So 50 to 60. All right, copy that. All right, later.
That's where that cut-in was done?
No, I'm thinking that's where that damn glue joint's at.
That's what I meant, the glue joint.
Yep.
That was glue?
Yeah, so when the plumbers glue it, you don't need that much, man. Especially with ABS glue, it's very acidic, and it can actually degrade the fitting.
Mess it up even.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why you see me always wiping off the excess glue. Don't ever leave it sitting on there like that. It can actually ruin the fitting.
Okay. Just leaving it globbed up on there and shit.
And plus, it makes your work look like crap, you know? Your attention to detail should be pretty good, you know? It's your name going on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it anyway. So this is all glued in. It's not glued in, it's gasketed. So instead of glue, there's a big rubber gasket. You got to bevel your ends of your pipe, lube it up.
All of them?
Shove it in. Yeah, you'll see when I go to dig that sewer for that one couple, because I'm going to put SDR in.
Okay.
And it's all gasketed.
So how many you think are on this run?
Gaskets?
Yeah.
The pipe comes in 21-foot lengths and 23-foot lengths. So
quite a few.
And that doesn't account for your fittings either.
Yeah, wide. So there's quite a few on here.
Well, this is just outside. You know what I'm saying? So see, there's one. Where the plumbers could use smaller sections just to not waste pipe, you know? So it's not uncommon. You would see one at like 23 feet camera back and see one at, 19 feet. Because they're just trying to use up the pipe, you know what I mean? There goes a turd. He did it at 187. He did a drive-by on me, dude. I got 187 by a turd.
So
it's a turd homicide.
Big machine.
Yes.
It would have made that right turn?
You mean on vertical? On that sand
No,
dune?
right there where you just passed.
Oh, yeah,
it wouldn't
it'll
have did
make it.
that left,
Yeah.
would it?
Yeah, it'll make it. Yeah.
I know it'll make it, but it won't force it to the left. It would go with
it's just going to go with the pipe.
Gotcha.
But you can see why I wouldn't want a plumb fitting to fitting to fitting like that, especially if you were putting a washing machine on the line.
Mm-hmm.
I want my washing machine wide to be at least 5 to 7 feet downstream from another fixture.
Or a
Because
turn.
when it goes to spin out, I don't want it suds in the line. Or climbing up a vent, or, you know, doing something stupid like that. So that's a building connection. That's probably 3 to 4 feet outside. So my guess is this clean out's outside somewhere. Because now we're back on horizontal from vertical.
So on that clean out, you would have to try to get that.
No,
That
you would
T?
just pull your lid or pull your plug off. You can just drop right down in it. You don't need to go back up this way. You
Okay.
could if you wanted to. If you put like a half blade on and you had a pretty good hook on the end of your cable, yeah, you can go right up it. You can't do it with a Y, but you can do
Yeah.
it with a santee.
Yeah, gotcha.
So see, other than that, other than the back-to-back-to-back Ys that they have going on, I don't like that.
The offset.
But as far as issues with the pipe itself, I'm not really seeing any except that half a can of glue for a joint that they put in there. You see, this is all PVC.
Mm-hmm.
That's all ABS. So whenever this unit was built out, they changed some stuff around.
What's the difference between them two?
What?
ABS?
And PVC?
Mm-hmm.
PVC is polyvinyl chloride. It's a different plastic than ABS. So when you glue ABS, you don't need a primer.
Okay.
Okay? When you glue ABS, it actually softens the pipe up, and it's actually a good solid fuse connection. It actually melts it. PVC, you got to use the primer, A, to clean it, and it starts getting the pipe soft for you for when you apply the glue.
Okay.
So it's basically your primer that softens the pipe and cleans it, and then your glue is what completes it.
Kind of molds it.
Correct. That blue glue, I can take a Sawzall or whatever, and I can score it, and I can knock that fitting off that pipe. You will never, ever, hardly ever see me use blue glue. And then right there, look at that. That's at about 78 feet. And that's above my camera head. And not much, because see, you can see that pipe right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely got a little bit of a belly in it. But Chris is saying he opened it up at like 50.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, that 50-foot marker is about where that glue joint was at.
That's what I was thinking.
So the belly kind of starts at 72. But that's not where the guys are opening it at. So 72, and then we come out of it at 81. But you can see, we can see right through that belly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no solids in there. It's like we're TVing a bottle of Fuji water.
Mm-hmm.
I can see right through it, and it's not that bad. But you can see the normal flow line, and then look up here. See that line?
Mm-hmm.
So when it's under heavy use, that pipe's almost half full. But I'm more concerned now around the 50 to 60 foot marker where Chris is saying he thinks it opened at. Cause see, you can see the water got that high.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The only way the water's going to climb any higher is if the line's backed up.
Gotcha.
So it's little tall tale signs. See, look, there's that damn glue joint.
Where's that at? 63?
I think that's that glue joint. And look, a piece of paper's already hung up right there.
Mm-hmm.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's right in that same section. But that's at 63. So there's that glue joint. You can see the little rough spots right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go down here. And then look. That hung up right there at that glue joint. See it?
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's like stuck in it.
Let me give it the tip.
There you go.
Right? And then now it's going to carry it. Mm-hmm. So somebody else flushed somewhere else. So small belly between 72 and 81 feet, but that's not where he opened it up at. But he's going off memory now, so he's not 100% sure.
It's probably around that 63, you would think.
Well, like I said, there's no notes as to that. And there's a lot of back-to-back Ys. See, this flow line looks great.
Mm-hmm. Nice fall on it.
But it's a long run, 112 feet, just to get to that santee from here.
What is all that?
What? That's just the
Like gas?
gas from the humidity and stuff in the sewer system. It's that magic fairy dust. It's not a vent problem because it would do it every time they flushed. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when this line starts to back up and it fills up that line and it blocks off the vent,
Mm.
and then that's when they're going to start getting the gurgling through the lab sink. Because remember, this bathroom's wet vented from that lab.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So anytime it clogs up. Bloop, 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 bloop.
exactly.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
You got it. And see, right down the hall's a mechanical room that has the 2 heaters that I helped Marty put in. And then it also has a floor drain in there. So I wonder if it ever backed up in there at all. You gotta have a key to
Is
get
that
in
on the
there
same
if I
floor?
remember right, yeah. And then, boom, there's the other Y. There's another Y. Oh, it gets better.
Should be one more.
Oh no, there's a whole bunch more, if I remember right. There's another one. And then we should have 2 back-to-backs. There's one right there. See it? There's another one. There's another one.
God.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to see your lavatory sink come out of that fitting on its back right there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the lavatory sink coming in.
Is that a T on its back?
No, that's a Y on its back.
It's a what?
Yep. That's a Y on its back. You can see the ovalness right here.
Oh,
If it was a
gotcha.
sanitary T, it would be more open.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the closet bin. The Zinga.
Bazinga.
So, the interesting